And what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team, go Houston Cougars. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Mountaineers will get us underway with the opening kickoff. And he takes this from inside the 5. The linchpin to the offense. They want to make sure they find a multitude of ways to get him the football.
And it's a risk-reward scenario on defense when you're trying to cover this guy, Reese, because you play man coverage, you risk him running by you and catching deep balls. You play too much zone, and then he can hurt you after the catch. A lot of different ways. This guy is very dangerous.
And they pick up just a few on that completion. It's now second down after the short completion. He's looking to throw. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. You've got a third and manageable, backed up in your own end, but convert here and you get some momentum. And the freshman will chalk up a sack.
And that is how you silence this raucous crowd. Defensively on the road. First drive of the game, setting the tone, getting a huge sack on third down.
First one of the day is off. He was called on 3 times in that victory last week. So the West Virginia Mountaineers offense will have its first possession of the game. As dynamic as this guy is on the outside, Jesse, you know he's going to be peeking that way from the free safety position.
Yeah, he's been watching the film. This dude in the middle, man, he can light people up. So you can't tiptoe. You got to be aggressive and run in there. But this is a pretty interesting matchup today.
And I love safeties that make receivers think. Make them know they're going to be there over the middle of the field, and you better think twice about catching that football.
On the run, it's White. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Let's see what they find in the playbook for third and long from the 43. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got it. On the move at the 30. And he's running in the open. Touchdown, Mountaineers. And once he found daylight, it was Katie. And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Houston offense ready to go back to work. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there.
The freshman able to get home with the sack.
And after that last sack, man, you could just see it. They are feeling themselves. After pitching a shutout last week, after dominating early in this game, it just seems like they're playing with a different aggression and a different level of intensity than what their opponent is. They have been so dominant.
And that really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance?
He just kept going backwards. You have to step up, and they get him for a safety.
You could tell the defense smelled it. They knew exactly where they were on the field, put the pressure on him, got him down in the end zone. Safety, baby.
So after taking the safety, they'll line up for a free kick from their own 20. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. First down for this offense. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Pocket starts to collapse. What a snag by the defense. He was trying to get that return going. Instead, he'll hand it to his offense at the 38.
I love when people start to understand what we're doing defensively. If they're going to pass the football and that's where they're going to live, well, I'm going to live and dime. I'm going to bring more defensive backs on the field so I can cover more of these speed guys that they have out there. Great job by the defensive back, breaking on the football, making the INT, making the DC look very smart.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. They'll run play action. Floating away. And the quarterback bought some time, but not enough. Down he goes with the sack. This is a 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
Man, this defense has been so impressive to watch. Look at them. Get to the quarterback, get the sack. They play so fast. It's like they have 12 men on the field. Another good performance going down right now. Coming off of last week, putting a goose egg on the board against their last opponent.
West Virginia has it back, ready to dive into that playbook. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get louder.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. 3 straight incompletions, and undaunted, they'll go for it on 4th and 10. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Makes the grab. It's Ray. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense.
That is a huge play early in this game. We came into this thing wondering just how aggressive this offense wanted to be, and there you go. First half, 4th and long. We're not bringing the punter out on the field. We've got to...
White. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground cover to pick up the 1st. This is a 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. Fires to the wideout. Got his man downfield. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44. And the Mountaineers are moving quickly down the field. Going up top on 1st down. Throws to the wideout. He's got an open man. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21. The Mountaineers will snap it on 1st and 10. They move the tight end all over. Makes the grab. Touchdown, Mountaineers! Made the grab and finished the deal in the end zone. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the Houston offense once again. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole...
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
Well, you saw this guy in all the highlights after that 4-sack performance his last time out, and he's not resting on his laurels. He's hungry for more. Registers his first sack of the game.
They're trying to get to him. And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack.
They got more sacks than a grocery store. Goodness gracious, time and time again, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground. This defense having their way.
He'll bring it back. It's Farmer. He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. West Virginia has it in the offense ready to go to work. Unloads to the wideout. It's complete. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's first and goal from the 7. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Now it's second and goal. Tries again to get it in. Touchdown, West Virginia! And they take it in for 6 more points. A quick strike, just as we expected.
Yeah, and quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Houston offense comes onto the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Just a solid stop by this sophomore.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
Nowhere to go, and the ball's loose. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
And the defense able to get pressure to the quarterback, and they've got everybody trying to swipe at the football. And the impact on these sets and formations on offense is that when you spread the defense out, you create bigger lanes to throw into. You saw it right there.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this.
Here comes the offense on second down. He's looking to throw. Fires to the right. Incomplete. And man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception. Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. Makes the grab outside. It's Shelton.
Oh, he just needed to stretch the ball out a few inches more, and he would have picked up the first down. It was a great individual effort there on 3rd down, getting back a bunch of yards, and now they're in a position to go for it here on 4th.
And he's down at the 41. That's a first down.
Well, how's that for being aggressive? Early in the game, 4th down in your own territory, and you go for it. And then your offense is able to come up with the big play, generate a ton of momentum, and stay on the field. That is impressive.
Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48. And the Mountaineers are moving quickly down the field. The give to the back. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line.
Man, this quarterback is having himself a day. Over 200 yards in the first half. It was hard enough for Palmer to get over 200 in a game, more or less in the first half.
He is down at the 1. A terrific run after the throw and catch. The Mountaineers are threatening on 1st and goal. Trying to punch it in. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Mountaineers!
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. They put... This offense has a 2nd down play. They'll give it to the back. And he's brought down after a nice gain. He's piled up 112 yards on the ground, and just another day at the office for the national leader in rushing. They'll snap this one from the 32. It's 1st down. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. When you know you have a team outclassed, the ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.
And it's almost like playing against yourself, right? You know you're better. You know you're going to win the football game, but how do I continue to still execute? This was so easy, great execution, just beat down in every facet.
I think as a player, you just love being in such great rhythm, and we saw that right from the get-go in this game. Offense just able to matriculate the ball down the field. Defense was not giving anything up. What a great game plan coming in, and this was just total domination.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football. Welcome to Lawrence, Kansas, and pay heed all who enter, and beware, these Jayhawks can play a little football too. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see a team coming off a crucial bye week, the West Virginia Mountaineers, taking on another unit from the Big 12, the Kansas Jayhawks. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Jayhawks will kick it away to start. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. The Mountaineers offense will get the first crack at it here. And here he is, guys. Anytime he takes the field, he is in complete control of this offense.
And, David, he gives defensive coordinators nightmares because of his ability. They're going to have a hard time slowing him down.
No, he just doesn't have those weaknesses, those flaws, the whole playbook available, and he is a dude.
All teed up and ready to go here in the second half. Catches it inside his 20. Chance to really gain some ground. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Here comes the offense on first down. Starting this third quarter on the ground. He's stuffed after picking up 1 to the 23. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Scanning the field, it's Simon. Throws for the tight end. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Fires to the wideout. And it's picked off. Takes it the other way. He goes out of bounds, but he just about did it himself. What a return after the interception.
Well, the defense comes away with the pick there with their nickel personnel. And I think moving forward, if you're on offense, when you see that personnel on the field, you want to run the ball against it because you got smaller guys out there. Or if you're going to throw, think about quick screens outside when you have tight ends flexed on the perimeter, bigger bodies blocking smaller guys.
West Virginia has it back, ready to dive into that playbook. Trying to find his man on first down. A shot toward the end zone. And that ball was in harm's way, and he is lucky to get that one back.
Sometimes as a quarterback, when you're feeling a rhythm and you're feeling yourself, you just want to keep taking shots, right? This guy's already thrown 3 touchdown passes. He saw a look he liked, decided to let her.
Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, West Virginia. And the beatdown has ensued. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10. He's no stranger to the end zone, his 50th career touchdown. The Jayhawks have it with a 1st and 10. Jackrabbit. He's going to pass. Gets rid of it. He's right on target.
This offense has their work cut out for him, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
And here's a fumble way behind the line. Oh, the fumble, and the defense got it. Nothing but green grass down the middle. Past the 10. Touchdown, Mountaineers. The defense takes matters into their own hands. They give themselves just a little more cushion as they close in on extending this winning run.
And I love the way they break on the football, swarm to the football. This is why you do it, because sometimes the ball comes out, the linebacker picks it up, and tell you what, the big fella shows some speed, takes it all the way back for 6.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. Tulsa is down right now, but this young man under center has shown some moxie today. We could see a legend born in Chapman Stadium. It's a close one right now. They're trailing by 1 to USF. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Line gets set, first down. Looking to move it through the air. A deep throw as the clock winds down. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.
Throws toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down, still trying to execute their offense, still trying to make big plays, and they've had a great day so far.
Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. 3rd and short from the 22. Is the field goal unit getting ready, or is this already 4-down territory? From the gun, the give, looking for room. And the defense knew exactly where that first down line was, and they stopped him short. Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. It is true as he puts 3 on the board. And that'll add 3 more to a lead that is already way out of hand.
You've got to make the opponent pay for turning the football over, and while this team would have liked to have scored a touchdown off that pick, I think they're pretty happy getting the field goal.
After putting the field goal on the board, they'll line up for the onside kick. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it. The Kansas offense returns to the field. This thing got out of hand on them, but they'll try to finish with some pride here.
And this one was a beatdown. And there's nothing you can do about it because this one's over. Jesse, now we got to start progressing for next week for the rest of this season so we don't let one bad game turn into 2.
Yeah, there are very few teams out there that won't watch game film, but they may want to skip this one.
And the freshman will chalk up a sack.
And, man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't.
And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. Looking for a block. It's far.
You're going to take care of business. You know you're going to win. It's like how many? How many can I win by? And I like that you keep your foot on the gas and just continue to pile it on. It's their job to stop you. Let them do their job. You just keep pouring it on.
It's not about the X's and the O's. It's the Jimmies and the Joes. This is why recruiting is so important in college football. They just had better players, more physical. They were faster, and it showed today.
And that's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football. The Bounce House, and it's easy to see why they call it that. Home of the Knights of UCF. What do you think about that? And this crowd is ready for a big one. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we'll see the number 4 team from inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So UCF's offense will take the first swing of the game. And here he comes, a man who epitomizes the phrase, the tight end's always open, David.
And yes, he is, Reese. And it's so cool. The tight end position now has evolved so much. You can move him all over the field, and you can really highlight a guy of his ability.
Too big for safeties to cover and too fast for linebackers to cover. This is a weapon they've got to take advantage of.
Quarterback on the keeper. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. The Knights want to crank the tempo. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. And they're able to get a third. Winning those individual 6-second battles every play, time after time after time after time, and that leads to a victory here.
And I love when teams go out and play like it's sudden death. Like if they lose the game, their entire season is over. This game wasn't for the national championship, but you wouldn't know that watching this winning team, David. Tremendous effort and tremendous execution.
I love competitive people. I love competitive coaches. I love competitive teams that they know that their job is to go out and get a W no matter where you play. You want to play in the parking lot? We'll go meet you. Great job by this team being ready, getting the W.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football. From Steve Slayton to Pat White to Pat McAfee, they love their Mountaineers in Morgantown. And in a place known for Yan dogs and pepperoni rolls, and probably some liquid refreshments, the Mountaineer faithful ready to go here in Morgantown. What a showdown we have in store. A couple of Big 12 teams squaring off in what could prove to be a huge game. As we'll see, the Texas Tech Red Raiders taking on the winners of 10 straight, the West Virginia Mountaineers. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis. And now on second down for this offense. To the air, it's Morton. Finds his back in the middle. And he picks up the first down, and he does it. I'm not going to say spin move. That was a pirouette. It was elegant. It was beautiful. And the Red Raiders will line it up on 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Got a man. It's Johnson.
You complete some of these hitch throws early, you're setting up the hitch and go. Later on, you can pump fake that, and then the receiver can pirouette right up the sideline. That might be a home run play for the offense.
The freshman able to get home with the sack.
And that is priority number one for defenses. Get to the quarterback. Affect him. Get hits on him. They do it right here. Get their first sack of the game. Last game, by the way, last time out, they had 5. Let's see what this defense can continue to do.
And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
Well, that sack's not the offensive line's fault. They gave their quarterback plenty of time to throw that one.
The Red Raiders will punt this one away. What a great job on that kick, bouncing it out of bounds inside the 10. West Virginia has it, and the offense ready to go to work. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum. And that pass intercepted. And he'll be marked down, but what a play to come up with that interception. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Couldn't ask for better field position for this offense. Comes out throwing on 1st down. Getting some heat. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. We'll see if they can get a little better protection after the sack at 2nd and 12. Coming after it. And the pressure gets to him again, another sack. Offense calls a timeout here, critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Gentlemen, what a pleasure it's been to watch these two teams thus far there in Morgantown. And if you thought that was a quick first half, you'd be right on the money. An offensive showcase, yes, but it's been those dynamic running backs who have set the pace. I'm curious to find out if this ground and pound approach is going to continue into the second half, or if one of those defenses will actually show some pride.
The Mountaineers will kick it away to crank up the second half. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. Got the quick completion. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. And the Red Raiders will hustle to the line.
You know, oftentimes these slot receivers, they're not the biggest guys in the world, but they're really good at finding the open spaces in the middle of the field. And you saw that.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end.
This quarterback is thinking to himself, I need to get an NIL deal at some restaurant so I can take my offensive line out and feed them more, because I don't think they like me very much right now. I've been sacked 6 times in this game. It's time to get that new NIL deal paycheck.
Makes a move. Oh, he left him grabbing. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. West Virginia has it back, ready to dive into that playbook. Wide open downfield. He was working his way toward that goal line. They'll stop him at the 2 after the big play up top.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. Touch pass on the run. Touchdown, Mountaineers! And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half. The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Duke is down big on the scoreboard, and for a program that traditionally struggles to score, I think we know where this one is headed. They're trailing by 24 to Georgia Tech. We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting college football matchup.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. And the freshman will chalk up a sack.
That is now the 7th sack on defense. This offense cannot protect their QB. It doesn't matter if the defense is blitzing or if they're just winning one-on-one. 7 sacks. That's just ridiculous.
Fires to the tight end. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Wow, this offense is just stuck in the mud. They've already punted 4 times, and it's 3rd down now. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
The defense is just killing it. Success after success after success. If I'm the offense, I got to change something up, or my quarterback's going to be forced to change because he's going to be in the injury team.
Looking for a block. It's Farmer. Oh, how did you make that move? This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Unloads to the wideout. Working the middle. And a nice grab with a defender right on him, and he's down at the 20. And the Mountaineers are threatening in the red zone. They'll go back to the ground. He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has him set up.
And it's runs like that, man, where he just shows you a little bit of everything that is the reason why he's in the Heisman race. Like, this dude leads the nation in rushing for a reason. They hand him the football a lot. They trust him.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, West Virginia. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole. And
touchback. Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Looking downfield, it's Morton. Gets it out quickly. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. The Red Raiders are in the hurry-up. He's back to throw on second down. Caught in the backfield, it's Johnson. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. From the gun, wants to pass. Trying to make magic with his feet. And couldn't quite find the crevice he needed to pick up the first down. And the Red Raiders will call on their punt team. They're up to a half dozen kicks today. On the return, it's Farmer. He only needs a sliver of daylight. There he goes. Open it up. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. He did that one all by himself. Make a few guys miss, turn on the afterburners, and boom, everybody's toast.
And that's why you got him back deep, because that guy can do that. You got to be explosive and quick and have good vision, and you see all those things on one punt return. Takes it back to the house, makes people miss, turning on the gas. Great job, great return.
And they'll knock him down.
I do like...
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. Fires into the end zone. Oh, and it's picked off. This could be huge in a tie game. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own. They've got him pinned back, and they're trying to rattle their eardrums. Listen to this crowd. Pulled and fired complete.
It's so nice as a quarterback when you've got a guy like that working for you in the slot. He has such a good feel to find the open spaces in the defense. Just makes life so much easier for his quarterback.
Looking to throw, it's Morton. Takes the easy completion. And that play just looked to be a mess from the snap, and he's run out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. On third down, he drops to throw. He's going to go down, and he's in his own end zone. It's going to be a safety.
You talk about flipping a script. How about this defense? Great job. Tie game. Everything on the line. Making a big play. Getting to him. Forcing the safety and getting the football back. There's still time on the clock, but that was a game-changing play.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. If you're the defensive coordinator, no time to worry about bust. You have to sell out to get the ball back. Incomplete, and very lucky that one wasn't picked off. And man, could they have used that? It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. He uncorks a laser deep down the middle.
Man, that's a couple bad throws. Last possession obviously ends in an interception by this quarterback, and now you throw another one, in harm's way. You got to make sure you're throwing to the open guy. Make sure you're taking care of that football. We can't have any more turnovers.
He now has 85 yards on the ground, and he just continues to turn in productive performance after productive performance. That's how you lead the nation in rushing. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Fires on the move. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
Such a tough spot to be in on defense because you're trailing, you're expecting the offense to run the football. They just did it on the last play, and then on a critical third down, they go play action, and they throw it over your head. You got to feel for this defense.
Open space at the 25. Touchdown, Mountaineers. And once he got loose, it was all over. Setting up for the PAT, and when he gets this late, every point matters. And the extra point is up and good, and it's a 9-point lead. 2 possessions here late in the fourth. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Bringing it back. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. They'll throw it on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Now 2nd and 10. Back to throw, it's Morton. Feeling some heat. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. He wants a big play here late. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. Offense getting set for first down. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Mountaineers! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. That's what finishing the deal looks like. Build the lead in the 4th quarter and close in on 11 straight victories.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finished it off with a 14-yard run for the score. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. From inside the 15, here comes the return. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. It has been a rather forgettable day that's finally coming to a close, David.
Yeah, it's been an awful day. I mean, just not functioning well on offense. Defense giving up a lot of points. This is a day.
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. The Red Raiders want to pick up the tempo. Back to pass, it's Morton. They're bringing heat. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. You make up the game plan, and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. It's another safety. Can you believe this? 2nd of the game. So after giving up the deuce on the safety, now they'll be able to kick it away without a rush from the 20. Bringing it back, it's Farmer. Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation. When we get to the offseason and they start having coaching clinics, they're going to roll this game tape back to show both offenses.
Dial it up and let it run. I mean, that's essentially what we saw in this game. It didn't matter what either offensive coordinator was calling. Everything seemed to work through throwing the football in the intermediate passing game, the RPOs, the run game. David, this was just clinical offensive football.
And offenses have evolved so much. They can do so many different things, and they know how to use their playmakers, get speed and space, make those big plays. So that's why offenses are ahead of defenses. In this game, it was no different.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese.